let's jump over to your Boston Celtics, who are for sale. There were rumors going around. I believe it originated from Bill Simmons. I could
Yep.
be wrong,
That's
but
where I heard it.
okay. And saying that Jeff Bezos from Amazon, the Amazon founder, would be interested in potentially buying the Celtics. Now we've got a counter report saying that no, that's not true. He is not interested in buying the Celtics. And I think the most striking thing about this for me, Keith, obviously we'll follow the story and ultimately who's gonna purchase the Celtics, what's that's going to look like. But isn't this kind of the dream for all NBA fans right now? Right? Is that whoever your owner is, it's somebody who's got just absurd super
Yeah.
villain style money, FU kind of money, and they're just and the team is going to be a toy and they're not going to worry about spending too much. I think there's that we're seeing kind of that style of owner take hold in the NBA. We've seen, obviously we've got Matt Ishbia coming in with the Suns. Of course, we can talk about Steve Ballmer with the Clippers, who has many, many times more money in the bank than any of these guys. But still, Jeff Bezos coming in, it would be, I think, a pretty good situation for Boston overall to have that kind of deep pockets in terms of ownership, and he'd be up there in terms. I don't even know if he has more money than he's got to have more money than Ballmer, right?
I don't know where it
I'd have to
is
look.
today, but I know there was an article probably close to a year ago that said he was on pace to be the first trillionaire.
Whew.
So
Okay, maybe
like,
he's
it
more than
was still several years out, but however they do that stuff, I don't know.
crazy amounts of money. But bottom line,
More money than he knows what to do with.
exactly, more money than you could ever possibly hope to spend. What do you think about this type of like what kind of owner are you looking for the Boston Celtics coming from that perspective?
Yeah, super rich and stays out of the way.
Yeah,
Just write
that's it,
checks.
right?
Yeah, write checks and get handed a trophy at the end of the year, right? That should be all owners in sports is write checks and get handed trophies like that. Just you hire the right people, let them do their job, do the right thing by the community you're in. Give money back into the community, put things back in there. Don't ask for people to pay for your stadiums, like build them yourself. But then just do your thing. Then the stuff that this sparked with Boston, and there's now some Boston based reporters who are like, hold on, like we are hearing he's interested, but I don't really know who to run with on this. Just kind of my thing is, yeah, I mean, if for the Celtics, who project to be one of the most expensive teams in the NBA over the next few years,
Yeah.
this would be great, right? Because presumably he would just write the checks and let them do their thing. The big challenge with the Celtics. The NBA, I know this. Bill Simmons reported this part of it too, and I think has gone kind of the underreported part of this story is saying the NBA really hopes the Celtics fetch $6 billion because then that's what they want to ask for the expansion teams. Because what it would really be for the two expansion teams, the idea would be value them at somewhere around $4.5 billion a piece, but then you're paying the like $1.5 billion a piece expansion fee to just be granted a team. And then that means 400 million for the other 30 owners just for saying welcome to the club. So they're trying to push the Celtics price up. Now you're talking about historically, just out of the big four sports, the Celtics are generally them and the Lakers are like side by side as far as NBA teams for most valuable NBA properties.
Sure.
I'm up there, which we all know why,
sense.
right? They're historic franchises are in major markets. We get it. So, I really don't know. But the challenge for them is they don't own their own building. So you're not getting that part of this. When the Mavericks sold, when the Suns sold, they also bought the building.
That's
so you bought the ability to, hey, every concert that comes through, everything else, I'm getting a chunk of that. Celtics don't own the building. The Bruins own the building in Boston. So that's the other thing. But there was rumors already that have come out. If it was Bezos, maybe they build them their own building. Maybe they look at building them their own arena somewhere. Now, I don't know. I start to get a little like, do we really need everybody having their own arena? Like, what are we doing? We're running out of arena space, but I don't know. That's for other people beyond me to say. But yeah, I mean, I'm cool with it if it goes this direction. Anybody but the Fenway Sports Group people. No, that has nothing to do with LeBron owning the Celtics or anything like that. That part I don't care about. It's the fact that they've basically turned around and said, cool, we won a couple titles with the Red Sox. Now we don't need to really pay for anybody anymore. And they trade away every good player when they get expensive. I don't need that being the way they run the basketball team that I root for.
Like you said, write the checks, stay out of the way, and play to win. Now, so I'm looking now. These guys just have so much money that look, there's, I mean, but my initial thought was right that Bezos does have significantly more money than Ballmer does. Ballmer's just the richest that we see in American sports, but I mean, he's top 10. Ballmer is in the world, wealthiest, individuals, at least on the billionaire list here. But Keith, if the Celtics do sell for $6 billion, Jeff Bezos has enough money. His net worth is such that he could actually buy the Celtics more than 33 times.
Yeah.
That's his net. Like, how crazy is that?
Yeah.
Unreal.
I remember a thing where there was I tweeted this. He was in the booth with Roger Goodell. It might have been like Amazon's first game that they broadcast or whatever. And people were like caption this photo, and it was him. And I wrote Bezos whispering to Goodell, "What if I just bought the NFL? What if I bought all of the teams?" Right. So it's just it's absurd, and it's I don't want to go down a whole other path here that our show's not about. But I mean, as far as sports fandom goes, buy the team and just write checks. Like, let's go. Like, come on for it, because the fear obviously for Celtics fans is somebody's going to come in and be like, yeah, right. No, break this up. This is too much. And that's what that's what everybody's kind of worried about. And
that's where, and now again, I believe the new CBA, which was aimed directly at Ballmer and at the Warriors, and it tried to make sure there were now significant competitive disadvantages to spending in order to fight against these owners that are coming in that have so much money to where it's, I have to pay $300 million for my team because I add taxes in instead of $200 million or something. Whatever, I've got that in the couch cushions. That's when we're talking about guys like Bezos, Ballmer, whatever. Like, an extra $100 million is nothing. Is nothing to them. So that's where the new CBA comes in, and tries to kind of take aim at these uber wealthy owners that come in. But that said, it's still an advantage if you've got somebody where the team is going to be more of a toy, and all they're going to do is write checks, and they can write checks all day and never even feel it. I think there is an advantage to having that as part of your ownership group. So who knows? Maybe we'll see Jeff Bezos ultimately wind up buying the Celtics. Maybe not. But if I was a Celtics fan right now, I'd be kind of hoping he does.
Yeah. And it's funny because then they were like, he's not even a Boston guy. Like, and almost none of these guys live where they own their teams. Like, that's pretty rare anyway. And I wonder if the NBA was like, hey, we'd rather have you buy the Seattle expansion team, right? Because I think that's where he is in Seattle, I think. But who knows? So